Hey guys, and welcome to the very first Badman Retrospective. You guys have been asking forever for me to do a trilogy or a retrospective or just marathon of a series. And for the first time, I'll be doing a retrospective on Jak and Daxter. This should make for a really good series since this video has been released, I have yet to beat Jak 2 or Jak 3. So let's hop right into the only Jak and Daxter game I have actually finished. Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. But before we hop into Jak, let's go back a bit to 1996 to be exact, when Naughty Dog starts a legacy by releasing Crash Bandicoot for the PlayStation, bringing the character into the spotlight, causing Crash to become the unspoken mascot of PlayStation, right next to Spyro the Dragon. And as the years were to go on, Naughty Dog would continue to flesh out their Crash platformer until they lost the rights to it and Crash just kinda slowly died afterwards. But Naughty Dog wasn't going to let that stop them, because they went on to making a new IP for a whole new generation. Almost 2 years after the release of the PlayStation 2, Naughty Dog released their new platform adventure game, Jak and Daxter. When we begin the game, we are introduced to our good friends and protagonists, Jak and Daxter. And to those of you who didn't play the first game, yes, that is Daxter. Trust me, it'll all make sense very shortly. But as they enter Misty Island, they encounter a group of characters plotting an evil plot of the most evilness that could be imagined. And Jak and Daxter really start to feel uncomfortable. They choose to leave before anything bad happens, but before they can make their escape, a lurker attacks them and causes Daxter to fall into a pit of dark eco, and this turns him into an ottsel. This event is what brings us to the start of our game, as we venture off to find the one man who can save Daxter, Gol and Maia, the Sage of Dark Eco. So, enough of the story, because really, that's it for a while. Let's talk a bit about the gameplay, because as a platformer, Jak and Daxter 1 does a lot right. Unlike Crash Bandicoot, Jak is more of an open world experience, having you run around and do multiple tasks to collect power cells to progress through the game, making it much like a collectathon a la Banjo-Kazooie and Mario 64. The two things that Jak and Daxter has though that really separates it from those games is its beautiful day and night cycle and its huge open world with no load times, besides a few special areas that create one beautifully immersive experience that I myself found dragging me away from playing the game to just sit there and stare at the beautiful settings. One of my favorite of these being Snowy Mountain, so beautiful at night and day too. Now, to traverse these beautiful landscapes though, we have some special abilities and vehicles to help us along our way. As you traverse through the world, you will find many types of ecos. Blue eco gives you a burst of speed that allows you to run very fast and open plenty of secret areas. Dark eco is basically used as a hazardous material that you have to avoid at all costs. Green eco is used to restore your health, yellow eco allows you to throw projectiles, light eco is only seen at the end of the game and we'll talk about it a bit more later, and lastly, red eco is used to give you a burst of strength. On top of that, you also get to use a couple vehicles and characters to fly around. You have the A-Grav Zoomer, an awesome hover bike, and then there's also the Flutfluts, a very cute bird that I love a lot that allows you to ride around an area and kind of float a little bit. Continuing on with the story a bit, we eventually meet another sage, talk a bit, get more orbs, find another sage, talk a bit more, then get some more orbs again. Yeah, when it comes to story and characters, this game has very little of that. But after doing all of that, we find ourselves in the final area of the game. If you wish to skip spoilers, click whatever pops up on the screen now. If not, let's move forward. You enter this new area and find that the sages have been kidnapped by Gol, who we now know is super evil, which kinda screws Daxter out of being transformed back to normal. But after you free all the sages, you are allowed to use the elevator and head to the top of the building to start our final boss fight. Gol and Kira are now in control of an ancient precursor robot, but it's obviously no problem for Jak as we mess up the robot and eventually unlock the power of light eco. And even though Daxter knows the light eco could turn him back to normal, he allows Jak to use it to finish off the precursor robot and save the day. Though the sages do state afterwards that the dark eco they fell into may have not defeated them. There's also a special ending to the game if you collect 100 power cells, but I'll talk about that a bit more in the next video. Surprisingly, the only character in the whole game I found myself enjoying was Daxter, and that's probably due to the fact that he was designed to be the comic relief, since Jak is stuck being a silent protagonist in this game. And I guess I really just love his snippy attitude he carries through the whole game. The rest of the characters are kind of bland, transparent, and flat when it comes to their design, which really sucks for a game this well designed. The last thing that is a tad bit disappointing is the music. After the masterpiece of music that came from the Crash Bandicoot series, there really is nothing memorable from this game. Overall though, for a first game in the series, this is one beautiful game. It controls well, looks gorgeous, and is one of the best platformers I have had the chance to play. Sadly, it falls short when it comes to audio and story, but hey, not every game can be an amazing story-driven game. And to tell you the truth, I wouldn't really consider this a Jak game. From what I played of Jak 2 and seen of Jak 3, we have a huge change in gameplay for the next two games, which really makes me consider this more of a best Crash Bandicoot game I've ever played. And that's really all I can mention for this video, but don't worry, Jak 2 will be coming out next Tuesday or Friday, depending on how things go. And if you guys are interested, go to my Let's Play channel and watch me play Jak through for the very first time. Hopefully, I'll actually keep up with that Let's Play channel and it won't die again, but it's just hard with my internet connection. But I will try my hardest for you guys. Till next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. I just have to give a huge thanks to my Patreon supporters. Without them, I would not be making videos still. So a huge thank you goes to Rob Liberty, Andre Drulard, Thomas Bethel, Ian Selch, and the YouTubers Possum Gamer, Cray Trey, Legend Gary, After End Media, and Save Load. And don't forget to check out Save Load's video on his top 10 most anticipated games from E3 2015. Click the card appearing now to go check it out.